Johnny Dollar.
Mr. Dollar, this is Barton H.B. Hollister at Greater Southwest Insurance Company.
Oh, not Hollister in Phoenix, Arizona.
That's right.
Oh, here we go again.
What was that, sir?
Nothing at all. Just go right ahead.
Yes. Now, Mr. Dollar, I want you to arrange airplane transportation for yourself out here immediately.
Oh, you do, huh? What's your problem?
You are to protect the life of one of our clients.
Now, Mr. Hollister.
His name is Henry Kirkham, and I shall expect you out here in Arizona without delay.
Now, wait just a minute. Let me be perfectly honest about this.
Please do.
I have never liked, do not now like, and never will like these bodyguard assignments. As far as I'm concerned, they're for the birds.
I beg your pardon.
What's more, you have a whale of a good police department out there in Phoenix, and if somebody needs protection, why not call on them?
Mr. Dollar.
Yes?
Did I say that Mr. Kirkham lives here in Phoenix?
No, I guess you didn't.
And did I, in any way, imply that you wouldn't be paid most handsomely for this service?
Oh? Like maybe how much?
A sizable extra consideration if you can turn whoever is threatening our client's life over to the proper authorities.
Is that so?
Yes.
Well, Mr. Hollister, you have just struck a very responsive chord.
Yes, I thought I would. So I'll expect you here immediately.
Well, it's pretty late in the day, but if I can get a night flight, maybe I'll see you first thing in the morning.
Not before?
I'll look into the plane schedules.
Yes, I suggest that you do.
But first, why don't we discuss just how much this extra fee
Goodbye,
is?
Mr. Dollar.
What?
I said goodbye,
Now,
sir.
wait a minute,
I'll
Mr.
be expecting you.
But unless we can agree... hello? Hello? Okay, friend. Just wait till you see my expense account.
CBS Radio brings you Bob Reddick in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the Greater Southwest Insurance Company in Phoenix, Arizona. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the captain's table matter. Up till now, I had always managed to avoid any assignments from Barton H.B. Hollister. He was an egotistical, finicky, penny-pinching stuffed shirt who always demanded rather than asked, had no patience for anybody else's opinion. Still, I had no other assignment at the moment, and he had promised an extra fat fee. So, expense account item 1, $4 and... No, let's get this thing started right. Call it $6 even for a cab to Bradley Field. Item 2, $150.70 plane fare, plus $10 for incidentals. As promised, it was early next morning by the time we circled for a landing at the Phoenix Sky Harbor Airport. Item 3, well, let's say $5 for a cab into the office on Adams Street. The day was young, the weather clear, people along the way were bright and cheerful, and I felt pretty good myself. But Mr. Barton H.B. Hollister, wow.
All right now, Dollar, where have you been? Sit down.
Where have I been?
I might have known this would happen. Sit down, I said.
Do you mind telling me what you had for breakfast?
What I had for breakfast?
Well, it's obvious that something has got you all upset.
Quite true, you have. I phoned Mr. Kirkham last night and told him you'd be here right away.
I took the first plane I could get.
Well, you're too late.
Too late for what?
A few hours after I told him you were on your way, Henry Kirkham was found dead.
No kidding.
didn't need your protection, eh?
I didn't say that, Mr. Hollister.
You certainly implied as much.
All I said
But
was...
that's neither here nor there now. The simple fact is that Henry Kirkham, insured by our company for over $70,000, has been murdered. Or has committed suicide.
Oh, now I get the picture.
What do you mean?
You hope I can prove it was suicide.
Of course.
Then this company of yours won't have to pay off the insurance.
Over $70,000.
You said that.
There's far more to this matter, Mr. Dollar.
Like what?
The police apparently believe it was murder.
Well, if they can prove it, you're stuck.
Wait, please. The only suspect they're holding is a man by the name of Walter Pinkley, who happens to be Henry Kirkham's beneficiary.
Well, then what's your problem? If he did kill Mr. Kirkham and they can prove it, you certainly don't have to pay him the insurance.
You're quite right. The money will go to whatever other person or persons are entitled to it under the laws of succession. But now, bear this in mind.
Go on.
Walter Pinkley is also one of our policy holders.
That's interesting.
So if he did commit this murder, as the police suspect, and he goes to the gas chamber...
You're stuck with the payment on his policy, too.
Exactly.
If it was suicide, you pay nobody.
Right.
But if it was murder, you stand to pay off on both of them.
Correct.
Well, the police must have some reason for thinking it was murder.
Oh, yes, they have.
Well, then, if you don't mind, I'll pack up and head on back to Hartford.
No, Mr. Dollar, you won't.
Well, give me one good reason why I should get into a hassle with the police.
I have assigned you to this investigation, and I have agreed to pay your expenses out here.
Plus a nice fat bonus, remember?
I remember.
But that doesn't mean I have to accept the job.
You'd rather absorb the cost of your trip out here yourself and the return fare?
Oh, now, just a minute.
Very well. Now, rent yourself a car at our company's expense and get over to Tuttle immediately.
Okay. All right. You win. Who is Tuttle?
Tuttle is not a who, it's a where. It's a small town, 30 or 35 miles north and east of here, where this murder, or this suicide, occurred. I suggest you contact the police first. His name is Alfred Appleby.
His name?
Then see the people at the Yucca Flower Rest Home. That's where both Kirkham and Pinkley lived.
Rest home.
Yes, it's a small, exclusive place on the outskirts of that little town, mostly for people with lung trouble.
Okay.
Good.
Now, Mr. Hollister.
Yes, my boy.
Now that you've roped me into this thing...
Well, hardly rope.
That extra fee that we were talking about.
If you can show that Kirkham was a suicide, thus saving us from having to pay out all that insurance, and I understand you're very good at this sort of thing.
When it's justified.
Well, of course. And I'm sure we understand each other.
How much, Mr. Hollister?
Prove it was suicide. $1,000.
Only $2,000 for saving you all that money.
All right. $1,500.
And what if I find that Pinkley did it?
And we have to pay on both policies? Well, there'll be no extra fee then. Of course not. But as I say, if it was suicide, and you can convince the police of it...
$2,000.
Now, Dollar.
Or shall I hitchhike my way on back to Hartford?
Very well, $2,000.
In either case.
Yes, in either case. Now get to work.
You know, Hollister, a little urging, and you're not such a tight-fisted old coot at that.
I beg your pardon.
Granted. Item 4, $50 deposit on a rental car. I drove north through Glendale and Cave Creek, and then east and a bit south to the town of Tuttle. There were a couple of general stores, one of them closed, a gas station, and a rickety old one-story building marked City Hall. That's where I stopped. And believe it or not, its only occupant in a small corner room with bars on the door.
That's right, young man. My name is Walter Pinkley. The police chief, who's also the mayor, has gone out to the rest home again.
Well, I'm Johnny Dollar, Mr. Pinkley. I represent the company that insured the life of Mr. Henry Kirkham.
Oh, poor Henry. Oh, it's a terrible thing. Terrible thing.
Pretty terrible for you, sir, if you killed him.
Now, isn't that the most absurd idea, Mr. Dollar, putting me in jail this way?
Is it?
But I suppose that policeman, that Chief Appleby, feels he has to point to someone as a suspect.
Why did he pick on you, sir?
Well, after all, Mr. Dollar, I was the only one to have visited with him there at his cottage at the rest home last night. And I'd told everybody I was going to spend the evening with him. I mean, everybody at the captain's table.
Why did you call on Mr. Kirkham?
Because he was my friend. Henry was the only one who appreciated my ability as a composer.
A composer of what, Mr. Pinkley?
Why, here. Let me show you. Here now. Do you see? This is the new concerto I'm working on. This will be my finest musical composition.
Concerto.
You understand music, Mr. Dollar?
Well, not enough to appreciate this, I'm afraid.
Oh, that's too bad. So few people do, and now Henry is gone. By the way, did you know that he left all of his insurance to me?
So I understand.
That was wonderfully sweet of him. And now I'll be able to buy a piano for my little cottage and compose and compose and compose.
I wonder.
Oh, there's no need to wonder about it at all, Mr. Dollar. I shall.
Just how much do you know about the circumstances of Mr. Kirkham's death?
Well, not very much, I'm afraid. You see, I went round to his cottage after supper last night.
Why, sir?
Well, Henry'd been worried about something of late. I don't know exactly what. He never told me, in spite of our friendship.
Had he any other good friends there at the rest home?
With all the petty jealousies and the people just sitting round getting annoyed at each other over nothing at all? No, Henry and I were the only real friends.
I see.
All the rest of them, well, I don't want to use the word hate, but, well, if it weren't for the almost magical curative properties of the air and the climate. Touch of lung trouble, you know.
Now, Mr. Pinkley.
As long as I stay here, I feel just fine. And so do the others.
Yeah, well, now...
It's added at least 10 years to my life.
I'm sure it has.
But, as I started to say, it was about 8 o'clock when I dropped in to visit Henry, and we looked over some of my music and talked and had a gay old time.
Sounds like a ball. Now, tell me, at what time did you...
But even so, he was, well, depressed and worried.
Mr. Pinkley.
Yes.
What time did you leave Mr. Kirkham?
Well, I guess about 10 o'clock. He said he had to write a very important letter in case... In case
of what, Mr. Pinkley?
Well, I'm not quite sure, but during supper he had mentioned that someone was coming to see him. He'd had a phone call that someone was coming to see him to help him, I think. And in case that someone didn't arrive in time... Well, I'm not quite sure just what he meant.
I think I have a pretty good idea.
Then this morning, when they found him lying there in his cottage with that horrible pistol beside him, Mr. Dollar, I never dreamed that Henry would commit suicide.
Suicide?
Surely you don't think that anyone would have killed him?
Not even you?
Good heavens, no. When he was always so nice to me and changing his insurance to me and all.
Well, apparently somebody thinks you did it.
Oh, they'll find out. They'll find out, don't you worry. And meantime, it's so nice and peaceful here in this jail, and I can work all undisturbed on my concerto. I've been working 4 years on it, Mr. Dollar, and in another 4 or 5 years,
Mr. Pinkley, I sincerely hope you'll be around long enough to finish it.
What? What did you say?
Nothing. I'll see you later. I learned a long, long time ago that the most unlikely person may often be a killer. But this sweet old Walter Pinkley, never. At least not in my book. I got back into my car and I drove on out to the Yucca Flower Rest Home. In addition to a small office building, there were 8 or 10 neat little cottages on the side of a tree-covered hill. The car in front of the office had the word police badly printed across the side in nearly foot-high letters. And as I pulled up to a stop, a heavy-set man of about 50, wearing boots, jeans, a blue cotton shirt with a string tie, and a beat-up officer's cap with a badge on the front of it, came out to meet me.
You must be Johnny Dollar, right?
That's right. Chief Appleby?
Howdy. But you got here too late, Dollar.
How do you mean too late, Chief?
Well, I mean, I got it all sewed up.
Have you?
Yes, sir. I suspected this so-called pal of his right in the beginning, right from the time I found out he'd just been named the new beneficiary of the dead man's insurance.
Walter Pinkley?
Yes, sir. He just couldn't wait to see an old crackpot.
Didn't realize that trying to make it look like suicide might cancel out that insurance.
Why do you think it was Pinkley?
Think, Doc. Think. Well, that was only beginning. Now I know. You see, now I got what you'd call uncontroversial proof. You see, Mr. Dollar, it was all made up to look like suicide. I mean, in there all by himself, just laying there in the middle of the floor, shot right through the right temple, real close up, like as if he'd done it himself.
Well, now, Chief.
Yeah, and the old-fashioned 32 H&R there beside him, like as if it fell out of his hand.
Did you check that gun for fingerprints?
Not a sign of any prints on it anywhere. Now, you know he'd have to have his own prints on it if he'd done it himself.
Yeah, I guess it would.
Only one note to have been in to see him last night was that old Walter Pinkley, right?
But now, Chief, that still doesn't prove that
But what Pinkley didn't figure on was that Kirkham was already scared of him, that he'd sent for you. And Pinkley also didn't know that sometime last night Kirkham wrote you a letter just in case.
Chief, I have reason to believe he wrote that after Mr. Pinkley...
Now, wait now. Just let me finish, huh?
Go ahead.
This letter was there on his desk, and, well, I got to admit I didn't take a look at it until a few minutes ago, but here, look at it for yourself. See? Pins the murder on Pinkley and nobody else. Read it. I mean, if you can, that handwriting's kind of old-fashioned.
Mr. Johnny Dollar, honored sir. So is the salutation, Chief.
Huh?
A bit old-fashioned. Honored sir.
Yeah, real formal.
There is within this place one who would avenge himself upon my life.
How do you like that language?
Sounds like an old Shakespearean actor.
Well, that's exactly what he was, an old ham actor.
Now, let's see now. Nor have I been remiss in my endeavor to assuage the passion that manifestly has provoked his wish for my demise.
It means he tried to talk this other one out of it, out of trying to kill him.
Yeah, fine. Thanks, Chief. But, alas, I had made it only too clear I could no longer abide his ridiculous Concertos?
Concertos, that's what he meant.
Well, maybe so, but it's spelled Concetettos. Concertos.
Well, it's that handwriting. He meant concerto. He couldn't stand that concerto anymore. It's all that old Pinkley ever talked about. But go on.
And so, because of my resentment over his stupid concertos...
Concerto.
All right, concerto, whatever it is. He seeks revenge.
Yeah.
Unless he seek to destroy me ere you come to afford me protection, I tell you now that his name...
turn it over.
But hark, there sounds a knock upon my door. I shall finish this anon. That's all, huh?
Well, it's all I need. He thought the knock on the door was you. He let the other guy in, got himself killed.
I wish he'd had a chance to finish this, to actually name the man he suspected.
Oh, now, wait a minute, Dollar. You want anything more clear than that? Nobody else had a concerto. Pinkley's guilty, and that's that.
Maybe.
Well, sure he is.
The others at the captain's table, Pinkley said.
What's that?
They all knew I was coming here, so if one of them wanted to kill him, he knew he'd have to do it right away.
Sure, and one of them was Pinkley. Same group of 5 at that same table. 3 meals a day, week after week, year after year.
5, huh? Who are the others? Did you check on that?
Oh, I sure did. Kind of they were the only ones that would know the most about not only Kirkham, but Walter Pinkley, too.
Well, who are they, those 5, the other 3 besides Kirkham and Pinkley?
An old lady named Miss Sarah Sanderson, a man who calls himself Captain Howard, another old fella named David Hesher.
Well, get them together, Chief. I want to talk to them.
What for? As long as we know who did it.
Just as a favor.
All right. Anything you say.
Something had suddenly rung a bell. I picked up a dictionary in the office. I looked up a word in it. And then took it along to meet the group, one at a time, in one of the little cottages. Mrs. Sanderson, in her late 70s, was a sweet little soul who was so unnerved that all she did was cry during the interview. Old David Hesher, his mind failing, well, he was no help at all. But Captain Eustace Howard...
Well, I certainly don't find anything mysterious about this case, Mr. Dollar. If you want my opinion...
Which I didn't.
After all, I speak from years of using this excellent mind of mine to solve far more complex problems than this.
What a blowhard.
But, of course, my extreme modesty forbids me to laud my own accomplishments.
Unconscionable bore.
Nevertheless, I am convinced.
Like that insurance man, Hollister.
I, out of my vast experience and confidence... I can assure you that Chief Appleby is entirely right in holding Walter Pinkley.
Captain Howard.
Pinkley and his ridiculous concerto.
Now, Captain...
I could have composed that for him in a month, in a week. I told him as much.
I'm sure you did.
But would he avail himself of my superlative musical knowledge?
Now, wait a minute, will you? Will you wait just a minute?
You don't want my opinion.
I don't think I need it anymore.
Really?
Chief?
Yeah, Dollar?
You and Pinkley both told me that Kirkham changed his beneficiary recently.
Sure, to name Pinkley.
Which I maintain explains why Walter Pinkley killed him.
Just hold it, Captain, please.
Very well, very well.
Chief, who was the beneficiary before?
It was this very group of people, Dollar.
Mrs. Sanderson, David Hesher, and the captain here.
And, of course, Pinkley, too. It was to be split up equal.
Well, and that's it.
Well, what is?
These other people were cut off by the chain.
And I assure you, Mr. Dollar, to me that made no difference.
Oh, be quiet, will you?
Really?
Tie that fact in with the letter, Chief.
So that letter pins it on Pinkley, and that's that.
Didn't you wonder why the killer left the letter on Kirkham's desk? He must have seen it.
I am convinced that Pinkley overlooked it in his excitement over what he'd done.
Well, I am convinced that the killer misread that letter the same as we did, that he left it there because he felt sure it would convict old Pinkley. And you, Captain, and this dictionary prove it.
Well, I don't get you, Dollar.
I am certain that I don't.
That word, concetto.
Only what he meant was concerto.
No, that's just the point. Because do you know what concetto means? It's an old-fashioned Italian word that means conceit.
Huh?
Unusual term, but so are a lot of others in that letter.
Well, sure.
Concetto means conceit. So add 'em up. When the beneficiary was changed, this silly, conceited old Captain Howard here was cut off.
I beg your pardon.
Along with a couple of others. But I doubt if they cared. Only the captain did.
Now, see here.
He didn't like the
Eliminate.
snub that it implied. Any more than he liked being turned down by Pinkley over that music, so he had to get even.
Mr. Dollar.
If he could make it look like suicide, he not only would get even, but nobody would get that insurance. So he knocked off Kirkham and set it up that way, and I'll bet he made sure that Kirkham's prints were on the gun.
Keep talking, Dollar.
But then he found the letter, that unfinished letter, and he thought that it put the finger on Pinkley. Now he could get even with both of them.
I will not listen to such drivel.
Take it easy, Captain.
That's when he wiped the prints off the gun.
Dollar!
So only Pinkley would be suspect because of the letter, he thought. But the letter, talking about his stupid, ridiculous concetto, his conceit, gave him away. You thought the letter would clear you, Captain, but that was one big, fat mistake.
Yeah. Very well. I killed Kirkham.
That's all I wanted to hear. Just put on these cuffs.
Oh, come now. Would you take me off, make me suffer, maybe die, like a common person, for the one very small mistake? Me, Captain Eustace Langhorne Avery Howard, me.
Yeah, Captain. You.
So, Mr. Barton H.B. Hollister, you'd better shed a bit of your conceit and pay me not only that fee you promised, but an expense account total, including the trip back to Hartford, and believe me, all the incidentals I could possibly cook up, a total of $438 even. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Now, here is our star to tell you about next week's story.
Next week, the fog, closing in over a dark, abandoned pier in San Diego. A killer on the loose. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Reddick, is written by Jack Johnstone, produced and directed by Bruno Zerato, Jr. Musical supervision by Ethel Huber. Heard in our cast were Edgar Staley as Walter Pinkley, Richard Kendrick as Barton Hollister, John Briggs as Captain Eustace Howard, and Jim Bowles as Chief Appleby. Be sure to join us next week, same time, same station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. This is Art Hanna speaking. Johnny Dollar. This is Art Hanna speaking. Johnny Dollar. This is Art Hanna speaking. Johnny Dollar.
Johnny Dollar.
John, this is Harry Branson at
Philadelphia Mutual Liability and Casualty Insurance Company.
What?
Well?
Well, yes, of course. Where else would I be?
Well, I don't know. Maybe we better give that a little thought, huh?
Yes, perhaps. Oh, now, John, I wish you wouldn't do this. It confuses me so.
All right, Harry, don't let it throw you.
But every time I call you up on some serious insurance matter, you start this nonsensical, well, why waste time discussing it?
To say nothing of the money for this long-distance call.
Exactly.
Okay. Goodbye.
Goodbye? No.
Well, which is it?
Oh, please, John, please. This is very important.
I'm sure it is, Harry.
You must come down here and see me right away.
Well, what's the trouble?
Well, one of my clients, a gentleman by the name of Eustace Royal Pennybank.
Pennybank.
Yes.
Wait a minute. Isn't he that bug chaser, that butterfly collector who hit all the picture magazines a few years ago?
Butterfly chaser, indeed. He's one of the greatest entomological researchers in the country today.
I'm sure he is.
Entomology, John, is a branch of zoology dealing with insects.
Well, what happened? One of his bugs get loose and take a nip out of him?
Oh, far worse than that, John. From what he told me on the phone, the work of his whole career, perhaps even his very life, is being threatened.
Threatened by whom?
I don't know. But if you'll fly on down right away, I'll have him meet you here in my office and tell you himself. Now, according to this time...
All right, Harry, all right. Just keep your shirt on. I'll be there.
The CBS Radio Network brings you Bob Reddick in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the Philadelphia Mutual Liability and Casualty Insurance Company in Philadelphia. Where else? Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the Latrodectus matter. Expense account item 1, $25.25. Taxi to Bradley Field, a plane to Philadelphia, and then a cab into Harry's office on Walnut Street. There he introduced me to a tall, gaunt, gray-haired man in his 60s, whose almost green eyes were as sharp and piercing as any I'd ever seen. In his own way, he made no bones about being quite an authority in his field.
Understand this, Mr. Dollar. The results of my research always have been, always will be, of inestimable value to the scientific world.
No question of it, John.
Mr. Branson.
Dr. Pennybank is without question one of the finest, the most famous for his work among the low...
Mr. Branson, please.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Harry, let the doctor tell it his own way.
Yes, Mr. Dollar, I insist upon it. And without further interruption, Mr. Branson.
Well, I was only trying to make clear that I was, Yes.
Yes. In my safe at my home are literally priceless records resulting from my researches in toxicology.
That is to say, poisons, John. You see, the doctor
Branson?
here... Sorry.
Go on, Doctor.
You see, I alone was able to determine that the South Jersey cattle killings some years ago were accomplished with the venom of Gistrodon moccasin.
With what, sir?
Of course, I must pardon your ignorance of such matters.
Oh, please do.
I proved that the killers of that unfortunate dairy herd used the deadly venom of the snake known as a copperhead.
Copperhead.
Believe me, sir, no one else would have been capable of differentiating it from the poison of, say, Gistrodon piscivorus. The water moccasin, as any child should know.
Fascinating, Dr. Pennybank.
That, Mr. Dollar, was before I decided to devote my unique talents solely to entomology, particularly to study and classification of the various arachnida.
Arachnida.
A rather profuse class of the order Araneida.
Well, I'm afraid you're still over my head, Doctor.
I don't doubt it. The Araneida comprise a small part of the insect world.
Oh, I see.
I doubt it.
Well, I try.
Suffice it to say, however, I have produced findings and maintained the necessary records that are of international importance in these troubled times.
Of course.
And someone has been after them. Although I've seen no visible sign, I'm certain that attempts have been made to enter my home, my laboratory, several times, and always at night.
Well, if the findings on these insects or poisons or whatever are of international importance, why not turn them over to some government agency?
Of course, I shall after I have completed my research, checked and double-checked everything. Meanwhile, I must have all these records, these papers, immediately accessible.
Well, what about having copies made that can be kept in, say, a bank vault?
Well, that would incur the risk of having the information they contain leak out through whoever made the copies.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Meanwhile, by way of protection, I have isolated a select group of the genus Latrodectus.
Latro what?
Latrodectus. Good heavens, man, don't you know anything?
All right. Latrodectus.
However, if my watch is correct, I must go now.
Tell me this, Doctor. Aren't you taking a chance leaving your place to come here and talk to me?
I left my place. It's in Kinwood, you know.
Kinwood's one of our suburbs, John.
Yes, I know.
Please, I left not to come here and see you. You will come and see me this evening. Mr. Branson will give you the address. I left only because I must make a luncheon speech before a group at the Academy of Science, whether they like it or not. I am late for it now, Mr. Dollar. I will see you this evening.
Oh, now wait, please.
I
Doctor.
am late.
But I got the idea from Harry that you yourself might be in danger.
That's right. They would stop at nothing to get at my records. That's why I must see you this evening, Mr. Dollar.
Now wait, just a minute, please.
This
Dr. Penny...
evening.
Harry, are you sure this famous man of yours hasn't become just an old crackpot?
John, how can you?
Well, perhaps he was a great brain once, but now?
Well, they wrote him up in all those picture magazines.
Some years ago.
But, of course, my concern is over the $50,000 policy we've written on his life.
Oh? Who's the beneficiary?
Several scientific organizations and a niece by the name of Clara Benson.
Well, if somebody is trying to get at him, which I doubt, maybe I better check up on her. Meantime, give me his address. Item 2, $1 for a cab to the Bellevue Stratford where I parked my bag. Item 3, $2.85 for lunch. Item 4, $50 deposit on a rental car. I did a little sightseeing by way of killing time, and then about 3 p.m., figuring Dr. Pennybank had had plenty of time to finish his lecture on the birds and bees and get back to his home, I drove out to the address in Kinwood. The house was a small affair of weathered stone surrounded by poplar and maple trees, a garage at the rear. As I walked up the steps, I heard a door close in the back, so I knew he'd returned. Funny. Dr. Pennybank? Don't tell me that he's left again. That's funny. Unlocked. Well. Hello? Anybody home? Dr. Penny... Dr. Pennybank. Doctor? Good Lord.
Repeat after me, please. What do you want when you need brand?
What do you want when you need brand?
Reliability.
Reliability.
Now, what do you get in Kellogg's All Brand?
What do you get in Kellogg's All Brand? Reliability.
Right. Hi, this is Dennis James to explain why Kellogg's Way is the reliable way to get the effectiveness you want from bran with just half a cup a day. See, Kellogg's All Brand is the real Battle Creek formula, the one that millions of people depend on. And they depend on it because Kellogg's All Brand contains more vital bran bulk to help you keep regular. It's low in calories, and it's mighty pleasant eating, too. Kellogg's All Brand comes in crisp, toasted shreds that have a wholesome bran muffin taste. I think you'll like it. So be sure you remember, For the effectiveness you want from Bran, get reliable Kellogg's All Bran.
That's what you get in Kellogg's All Bran. Reliability.
Dr. Pennybank was dead, all right. 2 bullets through the chest had taken care of that. That car, the one that pulled away from the back, one of the brand new compact models in a dark green, at least I'd seen that much. But as for license number, or whoever was in it, why hadn't I really taken a good look at it? What I did take a good look at, though, was Penny Bank's laboratory in a wing at the far end of the hall. The laboratory was alive, with more varieties of bugs and beetles, butterflies and moths, roaches, spiders, and scorpions that I'd never seen before. They were in little clear plastic cages, row after row of them, all about the sides of the room, piled up sometimes 10, 12, 15 high, neatly in groups of each kind. And all the insects were alive. There were sacks and boxes, even a small refrigerator full of 1,000 different kinds of food for them. And the sound as they scratched, or walked, or fluttered, or simply rubbed their wings together. Well, it was a strange sound, and I felt strangely uncomfortable. Some of them, especially the moths and some of the spiders, were very beautiful. On one of the tiny cages, I saw the word the doctor had used. Latrodectus. And under it, the words, Black Widow. That cage was empty. Well, so much for spiders. I had a gunshot murder on my hands. I started toward the telephone in the hall to put in a call to the police when I heard heavy footsteps outside the front door, which I'd closed but not locked. The steps sounded cautious. I drew my gun, slipped to one side to be in back of the door if it was opened. And through the frosted glass, I could see the shadow of a man. Then, as he gently pushed open the door, I rushed him.
Okay, brother.
Oh, you don't.
The gun out of my hand, will you? Just hold it there, officer. Who are you?
I'm sorry about the rough stuff, officer. I thought you were his killer, coming back to make sure he'd done the job right.
Killer? What are you talking about? Who are you?
Here, you better see my credentials.
Yeah.
I'm Johnny Dollar, special investigator. Here.
Okay. So it looks okay, but don't you know better than to jump a cop?
Well, I'll tell you
What was
this.
that crack about a killer?
Look for yourself, over there.
What?
And here. You better have your gun.
$8. That's Dr. Pennybank.
That's right.
Dead?
Dead.
Well, I guess that means only one thing.
You think you know who might have done it?
Yes, sir. In other words, now it's my turn. That's right, Dollar, whatever your name is. Now, you and me are going to take a little ride into headquarters.
I suppose I couldn't blame him. Officer Folland, I mean. But at headquarters, where my prints and identification were thoroughly looked into, he ended up apologizing to me. Meanwhile, a lab crew went out and took a look at Dr. Pennybank's body, and then hauled it in for the autopsy required by law. The first report stated only that he'd been killed instantly at close range with a .25 caliber Colt automatic. No clues whatsoever to his killer.
And he kept very much to himself, Dollar.
Well, now, Sergeant.
We found that out when he asked us to have somebody check in on him now and then if there was anything unusual around. You know, like Officer Folland saw your car parked out front.
I see.
Only traces of anybody else that we could find.
Yeah?
Some things belonging to the cleaning woman who used to go in once a week, and some clothing and stuff that belongs to his niece.
Clara Benson.
Yes, sir, that pretty young widow. She used to drop in on him, cook him a good meal, spend the night now and then.
Do you have her address?
Yes, sir. We're trying to get in touch with her now, tell her the bad news.
Only I'd taken a really good look at the car that pulled away when I got there.
Well, it's too bad you didn't, because your description could fit at least a couple of thousand cars here in the Philadelphia area. What I'd like to find is that little gun that was used. But, of course, unless we do, and it has some prints on it.
One of his belt loops was torn, as though a keychain had been ripped off.
No sign of any keychain, Dollar. The boys went over the place, even that crazy laboratory with a fine-tooth comb.
Tell me, Sergeant, have you checked on that cleaning woman you mentioned?
She's been laid up in the hospital the past couple of weeks. Still is.
Well, that lets her out.
Yeah. No, she freely admitted she was fed up with that cantankerous old crackpot and all these bugs, same as anybody else in his right mind would be. But, Dollar, she's in the clear. Hey, those bugs. Millions of them.
Latrodectus.
What, sir?
For protection, he'd said.
What did you say?
Latrodectus. And, Sergeant, it's suddenly given me a really wild hunch.
Like what?
Just give me an address, and I'll see you later.
This is Arthur Godfrey. Many people ask me questions about cancer. Well, knowing the correct answers to some of these questions could actually help you save your life. I want you to get in touch with your unit of the American Cancer Society and get a free booklet of life-saving facts. And I want you to do something else to help conquer cancer. And research can do that if all of us will help. We have to dig down deep. When an American Cancer Society volunteer, someone you know perhaps, calls on you, be sure you give generously.
Thank you, Arthur. For that free booklet of life-saving facts, write or phone your unit of the American Cancer Society. And as Arthur Godfrey suggested, to help conquer the disease, give generously when an American Cancer Society volunteer, your neighbor, calls on you.
The lovely young widow, Clara Benson, there at her modest little apartment, was just exactly that. Lovely. Tall, black-haired, with a complexion that other girls can only dream about. A very plain, black sheath dress couldn't hide her beautiful figure. The kind you don't write home about. Although obviously upset, she controlled herself well. But her dark eyes were red from weeping.
Yes, Mr. Dollar, the policeman came and told me all about it. Why does a terrible thing like this have to happen to a nice, fine old man like Uncle Eustace?
I wish I knew.
And he wasn't senile or any of those other things people said. He was just trying to prove he was still a great scientist.
And you have no idea who might have done it, Clara?
Oh, no, Johnny. May I call you Johnny?
I wish you would.
Thank you. No, I don't see how anyone could have murdered him. What if it was a little peculiar that his whole life was wrapped up in all those bugs and things, that he spent all his time and money on them? Was he doing any harm to anyone?
Well, from what he told me, Clara, your uncle seemed to think he was on the track of something very important, something worth a great deal of money.
What was it, Johnny?
You don't know?
Oh, I understood that some of the men who came to see him now and then wanted to give him money for the reports he kept hidden away.
What men? Do you know who they were?
Just people who came to see him.
Reports hidden away, hidden where?
I don't know, Johnny. I don't care.
Did any of the people that you mentioned ever approach you about these important papers?
Me? Why should they?
That is your car I saw out front, isn't it?
Yes, that poor, dear old beat-up. Oh, no, Johnny.
What?
The policeman told me about the car you saw. Surely you didn't think it could have been mine, that I could possibly... Oh, no. Do I look like the kind who could... Oh, no, that's a horrible thought. How dare you think that? Oh, I'm sorry, Johnny, but I'm so upset. And I feel so alone. First it was Ralph, my husband, and now my uncle, and I'm sorry.
Now, how did your husband die, Clara?
Some awful hit-and-run driver. They never did find out. And, Johnny, I'm so alone now.
If I knew where he'd hidden those papers, I wonder if there'd be any key to this whole thing.
I don't know, but how could they? Where could they be?
Well, maybe if I can get out this way again tomorrow, maybe I'll kind of look around his house again.
Tomorrow?
I left my bag in at the Bellevue Stratford in town.
I will see you again, won't I, Johnny?
sure. And now things were adding up. Item, cui bono. Who benefits? Apparently none but this beautiful, black-haired young widow. Item, who did kill her husband? But we better let that one pass. Yet the gun that killed the doctor was .25 caliber. A woman's gun? Could be. Item, those valuable papers. The doctor had mentioned a safe, possibly a wall safe. So what about the keys that were taken from his body? Item, latrodectus. Black widow. Pennybank had said for protection. And then another hunch. Somehow I didn't feel that shoddy, beat-up old car went with Clara's personality. It was getting late, but I started hunting up nearby used car lots, and luck was with me. At my third stop, I found the dealer who'd sold her that old wreck. And when? That very afternoon.
Oh, mister, why she'd trade in this nice new green compact here for that old thing is beyond me. But why she'd complain of what I did?
Well, that cinched it for me. I drove on back to Clara's apartment, and as I fully expected, she wasn't there. I tore on out to her uncle's home. It was after dark now, but I parked well over a block away and approached the place quietly. Under one of the drawn shades, I could see there was a light on somewhere inside. The front door, as I thought it might be, was locked, but I managed to jimmy a window in the laboratory wing. Inside, nothing but the sounds of the insects. Carefully feeling my way, trying to remember the layout of the house from prowling around in the afternoon, I looked for the source of the light. It was coming from the kitchen. And as I approached it through the hallway, at the far side, I could see a door, an open door, leading down to a lighted basement. And below, I could hear the ring of keys against metal, the turning of a lock. The wall safe. I could hear it clank open. And then, gun in hand, as I was about to sneak on down the stairs. Clara!
No, help! Take her away! Take her away from me! Get away! Get away! Oh, no! Oh, no!
Clara!
But by the time I could reach her side and beat them away, she had fallen unconscious. She'd been struck by tens, by scores of them, on her hands, on her arms, struck down by the beautiful, deadly protectors of that safe. Latrodectus. Black widows. Clara died within minutes, before I could possibly get help. And the papers she'd killed her uncle to obtain? Nothing. Nothing but the confused scribblings of a demented old man. Expense account total, including the trip back to Hartford, $111.35. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Now, here is our star to tell you about next week's story.
Next week, one of the toughest gangs I ever had to deal with. A gang of kids, a rat pack. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Reddick, is written by Jack Johnstone, produced and directed by Bruno Zerato Jr. Musical supervision by Ethel Huber. Heard in our cast were Lawson Zerby as Dr. Pennybank, Elaine Rost as Clara Benson, Robert Dryden as Harry Branson, Ralph Bell as the police sergeant, and Jack Grimes as Officer Folland. Be sure to join us next week, same time and station, for another exciting story of Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Art Hanna speaking. This is the CBS Radio Network. Speaking. This is the CBS Radio Network. Speaking. This is the CBS Radio Network. Speaking. This...
It means just $700 more in the piggy bank, and yours truly can start tooling around the countryside in a brand new, fancy foreign sports car.
Oh, I see.
So unless you can guarantee me a minimum of $700, why should I travel all the way to Corpus Christi? Possibly miss out on something lucrative around here.
Sports car, huh?
Oh, the Ultra, George. Slightly over $10,000 worth.
You know, it sounds like the little hunk of iron I keep stashed away in my garage.
You?
Well, you're talking about a Franzetti, aren't you?
That's the one, all right. How do you like it?
Great, now that I got used to it.
What do you mean?
Well, have you ever driven one of these dream boats?
No, the tight-fisted dealer won't let me touch it until I lay the cash on the line.
Why don't you run on down here and give mine a workout, huh?
You mean it?
Sure.
Well, okay.
I mean, come on down here and take over this insurance problem for me, and the Franzetti is yours.
Oh, now, wait a minute.
Oh, a couple of days, couple of weeks, as long as you like.
After handling a case for you.
Well, anything wrong with that?
No, I suppose not.
And who knows? Maybe in addition to your expense account, I can dig up a little extra for you. Say, $700?
Georgie, you're a doll.
CBS Radio brings you Bob Reddick in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to Eternity Mutual Insurance Company, office in Corpus Christi, Texas. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the Rat Pack matter. Expense account item 1, $133.70. Taxi, tips, and plane fare to Corpus Christi. It was early afternoon by the time the big silver bird set me down at Municipal Airport.
Hey there, Johnny.
Huh?
You know, I kind of thought maybe that bait of mine would bring you down here in a hurry.
Hi, George.
Hi.
Well, where is it?
The car.
Well, what else?
My little sports car.
That's right.
The Franzetti.
Come on, stop beating around the bush. Where is it?
Safely locked up in my garage.
Are you kidding?
Why, not a bit. I came over here in the beat-up old crate that I drive to work.
Georgie, you're a dog.
But as soon as you've cleared up this mess for me, the Franzetti is yours, all yours.
All right, whatever you say. Now, what kind of a mess? Let's put these bags into your car. Run on into your office in town or whatever
Johnny,
hotel
no.
you picked out for me, and on the way you can tell me what it's all about. Did you say no somewhere along the line there?
Yeah.
Well, why?
Because what you're going to use, pal, is one of the new compacts. I've arranged the rental for you, and it's sitting right over there at the curb.
What a guy.
Because you are taking this job on all alone over in a town called Summit Hill.
Summit Hill?
Mm-hmm. Named after a hunk of rock sticking up out of the ground, or maybe 40, 50 miles north and west of Skidmore.
Where's Skidmore?
Oh, maybe 40, 50 miles north of here.
I see. Well, what's going on in Summit Hill? Murder, embezzlement, arson, or what?
No. Summit Hill is a nice, small, well-to-do residential spot. A lot of nice old folks who made enough in oil and gas to retire there with their families.
So?
But the last couple of months, all we've been doing is writing checks to settle claims.
The old folks are dying off. Huh?
No. But like I said, they all have nice homes and a bunch of nice cars. And that's where the damage is being done.
What kind of damage?
Malicious mischief. Only mischief is too mild a word. Just call it vandalism.
Like what, George?
I like taking those nice new models out on the back roads and hot rodding them to death, then wrecking whatever is left of them in a ditch or up against a tree.
Well, that sounds to me...
I mean, you should see what it does to a pretty sedan or limousine when it's been drag raced over some of those backcountry roads. And then our company has to foot the bill.
You know what that sounds like to me, George?
Sure, pal, and you are 100% right. It's the work of a worthless bunch of kids, some rat pack.
What's the matter with the police up there?
Oh, the police department consists of exactly one sweet old man and a couple of half-witted deputies, just as helplessly scared and upset as the rest of the population. Even the police car's been taken out and wrecked a couple of times.
But don't the state police get in on a thing like this? I mean, if these kids are using the roads and highways...
The minute they appear, even when they've made some careful stakeouts, Johnny, and they're pretty smart at that sort of thing, why, everything stops. The whole town gets just as quiet as a churchyard.
In other words, I better not let anyone know my reason for going there.
Oh, you're right, pal. And you can see why I don't want you taking my pretty little Franzetti along.
Yeah, you got a point there.
Who knows? Try to cross up those crazy kids? Try to protect your property? Why, they could be killers, Johnny.
You think they'd go that far?
I know this. Driving a nice car, I wouldn't even want to be in that town, not after dark.
But you're perfectly willing to send me up there to tangle with that rat pack.
Well, after all, pal, that sort of thing is your job.
Oh, sure.
Sure.
Well, thanks, pal. Expense account item 2, $6.85 at a stationery store. I bought a large, impressive-looking blank book with a fancy binding. For an extra $1, the stationer carefully stenciled on the cover the words, Official Business, Federal Suburban Population Survey. Then I drove north to Skidmore, took the cutoff, and finally ended up in Summit Hill. There, after going from house to house, asking questions, conducting a mythical survey, I got the impression that this community of 600 or 700 people might have been a very nice place to live. For the older people, that is. If it weren't for a gang of clever young troublemakers. Item 3, $3 for some gas.
Well, tell you this, though, mister. Want me to fill up?
Yeah, fill her up.
Tell you this. Those dirty, ornery kids try to mess around my car, take it out and wreck it. Well, I got a gun, mister, and I'd shoot first and ask questions after. That's what I'd do.
Pretty bad bunch, huh?
Well, you ask me, we better organize some vigilantes around here. Old Chief Foster can't do anything. Never any trouble when the state police come around. So how those kids always seem to know when there's cops around, I can't figure it out.
Don't the folks around here keep their cars in garages?
Well, most of them, but those fancy houses up on the hill where the money is have open carports.
Well, certainly people don't leave the keys in their cars.
Don't need to. Kind of those kids use jumper wire. They hot wire them.
Well, how do you know they're kids? Anybody actually seen them?
Plenty of people, mister. Plenty.
Oh, then if their descriptions were given to the police...
Descriptions? Well, if you see those Halloween masks they wear, and the false beards and the hair, and those crazy costumes like a Halloween parade, how could anybody identify them?
I see.
Now, tell you this. I was at nice Mr. Brierly up on the hill with that nice new hardtop that was delivered to him today.
Brierly?
Yeah. Well, I sure wouldn't keep it around this town, tell you that. That'll be $2.86. Compacts don't hold very much.
Right. Here you are. I don't bother with the change.
Oh, thanks. Well, now you can get on with that survey you're making. Be out of town before dark.
Now, you said Brierly.
Yep.
Well, I seem to have missed that family in my survey.
Top of the hill, 27 Summit Place.
Okay, thanks.
But I tell you this, I wouldn't bother tonight. I'd come on back in the daytime.
By the time I could grab a bite to eat, that's item 4, $1.75, and get up to the Brierly home on the hill, it was well after dark. The brand new expensive hardtop was there in a carport at the side.
Yes? Who is it?
Mrs. Brierly?
Oh, I see by that book in your hand you're the survey man I heard about.
Well, I know it's late, but may I come in?
Well, all right. I guess it's safe to let you in.
Who is it, Mother?
It's the survey man, Henry.
No, my name is Dollar, Johnny Dollar.
His name is Mr. Johnny Dollar.
Oh, well, you must excuse me holding a shotgun this way. But, Mr. Dollar, I'm always so worried when somebody comes around at night.
Well, from what I hear, I can't say that I blame you.
Oh, dear Henry, I hope that Frank and his nice girlfriend are all right.
And a dance over in Pleasanton? Of course, they're all right, Mother. We're really worried about ourselves, Mr. Dollar.
Why do you say that, sir?
I just don't think we should have bought that nice new car. I mean, with all those horrible children around doing such awful things with people's cars.
Isn't the chief of police, Chief Foster, any help?
Oh, he tries, but whenever he puts on extra men to look after folks like us, nothing ever happens.
Oh, yes, it does, Mother. But somewhere else in town, to somebody else's car.
Well, I'm frightened.
If only there was something could be done about it, Mr. Dollar.
Or maybe something is going to be.
By whom? Even the state police haven't been able to do anything.
Sure, because somebody's apparently been able to tip off this rat pack, and that means local knowledge.
Local knowledge?
Of everything that goes on in this town.
You think they're local boys?
What else?
That couldn't be.
Couldn't they? Well, I've looked over this town pretty carefully. I've done a lot of thinking about it.
Because of your survey?
It looks like a mighty nice place to live.
Oh, it is, it is.
It was.
Sure. For people of your age. But no baseball field, tennis courts, no movies, things like that.
Well, I know.
Not even a soda joint with maybe a jukebox. No place where the kids can gather and talk and laugh and dance and let off steam.
Oh, we make up for that, Mr. Dollar, we parents, all of us, by giving them everything they want. Our Frankie has a nice home with us and nice clothes and all the money he wants.
I see.
And his hi-fi and his records and things and all the good books he needs. And all the others of his age have everything, too.
That's true, Mr. Dollar. Except perhaps for cars.
Oh?
Well, after all, we don't want to spoil them.
You don't want to spoil them. How much do you check up on their activities, say, at night?
Well, they're pretty grown up.
How old is he?
What?
This son of yours.
Oh, well, Frankie's 22.
Mm-hmm. And what does he do for a living?
You mean work?
Well, does he?
He doesn't have to, Mr. Dollar. Why should he?
And how many other families are there with the same situation? Kids about the same age, plenty of money, nothing to do.
Why, practically all of us up here on the hill.
Well, then what is the matter with you people?
I beg your pardon?
Don't you see? Haven't you got brains enough? Wait a minute. Listen.
What?
Outside the house. All right, now both of you stay right there.
I hear it too, Mother. Somebody out at the carport.
Oh, no. Is that a pistol you have there?
That's right. But what's the matter with this thing? I can't get the chain off.
Hey, it's that little pin I put on underneath there.
I'll open
But
it.
that gun, Mr. Dollar.
Open it for me, will you?
Maybe that awful gang out there.
Of course it is. Will you open this door, Mr. Brierly, or do I shoot the chain away?
No, I'll open it.
And I'll lock it again after me.
Yeah, but if you go out there, if you try to stop
All right, now just stay inside. All right, you kids. Come on back here with that car. Okay, then, just one tire. Just one of those.
So now your gun is empty, huh?
What?
No, don't try and turn around, mister. This switchblade is very sharp. You turn around, it might just cut your throat.
The switchblade knife at the back of my neck was moved just enough to prove it was razor sharp. I could feel a trickle of blood go down the inside of my collar.
Now, you see, man, I don't fool. Now, drop the rod. Drop it.
Sure.
Now, you pick it up, Gene, like we add that one to our collection. That's right.
Moving only my eyes, I could see this other one plainly. First, the heavy cotton gloves that picked up my gun. And then, standing there in front of me, the tattered blue jeans and sneakers, the grotesque rubber mask, the sloppy, dirty sweatshirt, on the figure of a girl.
Now, why you try and spoil our fun, man?
Okay, tough guy.
Oh, you mean no panic. You're not afraid of me.
Well, you're pretty big with that knife in my neck, aren't you? Huh?
Well, it seems like you thought you were pretty big when you had that gun. Too bad you used up all those pretty bullets, man. But Jeannie knows what to do with it.
Well, then you listen to me, Jeannie, whatever your name is.
Oh, now, you think we use our real names on a caper like this? Any more we use our real faces, huh? Well, turn around real slow and see how you like my face. Don't you hear good? I said turn around, but slow and careful so maybe you don't cut your throat.
So I started turning. Slowly. Slowly. But then as I felt the edge of the knife leave the back of my neck, I swung out with my left and sent it spinning away. And then I drove a hard right into his midsection. But before I could turn again, my own pistol came crashing down on the back of my head. Ah. When I came to, I was stretched out on the sofa there in the Brierley's living room, an ice pack on my aching head. The taste of bourbon burning in my throat.
Are you all right, Mr. Dollar? A little more of this bourbon?
No, thanks. Oh.
When everything was quiet out there and you didn't come back in.
Yes, and when Chief Foster called to say our car had been rammed into a tree in front of his place.
Mr. Henry went outside and found you lying there.
Yeah, and, well, I went through your pockets, Mr. Dollar.
Oh?
You're a special investigator, aren't you?
Yeah.
You're really here on account of the children, aren't you? And I hope and pray that our Frankie isn't one of them.
Well, so do I, Mrs. Brierley, but don't bank on it.
Mr. Dollar, I've given a good deal of thought to what you said earlier.
Well, it's about time you and a few of the other people around here do more than just think and talk about it, Mr. Brierley.
Yeah, I know. We shall. And meantime, Mother and I can only pray that...
What's that?
Back door.
All right, now listen.
Hey, Mother? Huh?
Oh, Frankie.
What happened to the car? Where is it? I mean, your snazzy new... Hey, who's this?
Frank, it's Mr. Johnny Dollar.
Dollar? You mean the big insurance investigator? Hey, this is a privilege. But what happened to you, Mr. Dollar?
Where have you been tonight, Frank?
Why, the girlfriend and I took a bus over to... Hey, Mother? Pop? What's wrong? Those kids again?
You didn't know, Frankie?
Now, you don't think I'm one of those crazy kids, Mr. Dollar?
Are you?
No, sir.
Now, believe me, I hope not.
I swear that, really, sir. But you know something, Mr. Dollar?
Yeah?
Well, maybe Pop and Mother won't like hearing this.
What is it, Frankie?
Yes, son?
Well, if you find out who they are, Mr. Dollar, then maybe you can. I've heard a lot about you, Mr. Dollar.
Well? Go on, Frank.
Well, you can't really blame them. Oh, I know that what they're doing is wrong. It's wrong, all wrong. But what else have they got to do around this place? They've got to get their kick somehow, don't they? I mean, instead of rotting away in a place like this where there's nothing for kids to do. And they're afraid to go away and be on their own because, well, their loving parents keep preaching to them it'll break their hearts. And how could they get along on their own anyway? They and me and all the rest of us haven't ever been given a chance to even think for ourselves. Just tied down here, all of us, because they won't ever let us do anything else. Now, can you blame the kids for wanting to let off a lot of steam?
Frank.
Can you blame them for trying to... Oh, I don't know what to say, but don't you see, Mr. Dollar?
It's okay, Frank. We understand.
Of course we do, darling. But now, please, you've become so overwrought.
I'm perfectly all right, Mother.
I'll fix you a nice warm cup of cambric tea, darling.
No, Mother, please.
Just let him work things out for himself, Mrs. Brierley, just once.
Yes, but the poor boy's all upset.
No, Mary, no. Mr. Dollar's right.
Now, Frank.
Thanks, Mr. Dollar.
That's all right. Now, it's pretty obvious that you know who the members of the Rat Pack are, even if you aren't one of them.
I'm not, sir. On my word.
But you know them. Now, you want to tell me who they are?
Would you think much of me, Mr. Dollar, if I did?
These cases of mine usually have big, fat, dramatic endings. And the devil with any kind of a message. Well, not so this time. I honestly don't know whether I did the right thing or not on this one. Too much faith in the younger generation? Well, maybe I have. But the next evening, there at the home of the Brierleys, there was a meeting of parents. Of all the wealthy, doting, indulgent parents, of all the kids in their late teens and early 20s. Well, I tore into those parents, and by the time I'd finished, there were plenty of red faces among them. Incidentally, a couple of times out of the corner of my eye, I thought I saw the face of a teenager in the shadows outside one of the windows. What I said to those people in laying down the law to them, well, I honestly don't remember exactly, but it must have given them a jolt. And if they carry out their plans, there won't be a kid in that town with an idle moment on his hands. But their activities, their projects will be their own, with as little parental advice and guidance as possible. Then, the following night, thanks to a tip-off by young Frank without the knowledge of his parents, I barged in on a meeting of the kids, 7 or 8 of them. As I might have expected, they were there in their foolish masks and makeup, knowing that I'd be among them. And if you think I'd been rough on their parents, but again, by the time I'd finished with them...
I guess you're the only one in this town, Mr. Dollar, ever remembered he was a kid once.
Yeah, that's so.
But even if you're right, even if you got somewhere with the old folks, what happens now? We all go to jail for all those crazy things we did?
Well, I'd say that depends on you. You certainly might if you keep on with this silly juvenile masquerading. Well, what do you say, whoever you are behind that corny mask?
Okay, I'll take it off.
Me too.
See, Mr. Dollar, maybe you don't know it, but some of us heard what you said to our folks last night.
Did you?
Yes, sir, we did. And we heard what they're going to do, not for us, but with us. I mean, if they really do.
Sure they will. I'm betting on them. But what'll you kids do?
Well, sir, if it means anything, I'll somehow earn the money. And I don't mean for my folks. Pay for all the damage I've done. You've got my word on it, Mr. Dollar.
Yes, sir,
Count on me.
Dollar.
Now, as long as you know who we are, and as long as you got to report us to the police and all that. Well, my name...
Why?
Huh? Well, you got to know who we are, don't you?
Well, like I said, that depends on you. And I mean from here on out. I have seen you now. I can come back here and identify every one of you. If I ever have to.
Believe me, Mr. Dollar, believe me.
Yes, sir, we promise you.
All right. Now it's up to all of you. Well, I sure hope I did the right thing by simply leaving it the way it stood. And yet, what else could I have done? Have them all locked up for something that was only partly their doing? Try to make them into criminals? I don't think so. Incidentally, because of a call to get right back to Hartford, I never did drive George Franklin's Franzetti. But I did get that $700 fee, and that'll help me buy one of my own. Expense account total, including... Oh, what am I talking about? This one is on the cuff. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
And now, here is our star to tell you about next week's story.
Well, next week, a doll, a purple doll, and all that goes with it. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Reddick, is written by Jack Johnstone, produced and directed by Bruno Zerato, Jr. Heard in our cast were William Redfield as George, Gertrude Warner as Mrs. Brierley, Phil Meter as Frank, Jack Grimes as the Kid, Roger DeCoven as the gas station attendant, and Bob Dryden as Mr. Brierley. Be sure to join us next week, same time, same station, for another exciting story of Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. This is Dan McDonald speaking. Johnny Dollar. This is Dan McDonald speaking. Johnny Dollar. This is Dan McDonald speaking. Johnny Dollar.
Johnny Dollar.
Hi, Johnny. This is Harvey Wakeman.
Well, Harv.
You know, it's State Unity Life down here in New York.
Sure, I know. How are you, Harv?
Great, Johnny, just great. But listen now, I got me a problem.
Well, you're not alone in that.
Or rather, one of my clients has. Ever hear of a man named Thomas Rayburn Morgan?
No, I don't recall
No,
a
I
man,
guess you'd have no reason to. He's a broker, Johnny, a stockbroker. Has his own little office over in Newark, NJ.
Well, what seems to be?
Well, I'll tell you what. He called me up on the phone a couple of minutes ago and told me that he needs you, Johnny Dollar, right away, you and nobody else.
Did he tell you what his problem was?
No, he didn't say what's bothering him, not the slightest hint, but he did make it plain there's no time to wait.
Well, unless I have some idea.
So I promised I'd call you right away, so I've called you. So his office address is 13827 North Commerce Street over there in Newark.
Harv.
So grab your hat and get on down to see him, okay?
Now, Harv.
Meantime, I'll give him a call and tell him to stop worrying you're on your way.
Now, listen, will you?
And if you're a good boy, Johnny.
Harvey, will you shut up long enough for me to get in a word edgewise?
What? What's that? Well, sure. Go ahead, Johnny. Don't get sore.
I said...
It's just that he's a very important client, so anything we can do...
I said that unless I have some idea just what this man Morgan wants me for...
Johnny, boy, didn't you hear me? I haven't got the least idea what's troubling Mr. Morgan.
Maybe I better phone him myself.
No. There is no point in calling him. He'll only say to come and see him, and he'll tell you what it's all about himself.
Well, then I'm sorry, Harv, but these blind assignments for the birds. You tell him I'm not interested unless I can find out exactly...
And I'll tell you this, too, Johnny. Considering the size of all the policies we've written for him...
No, Harv.
I mean, considering the way that guy is loaded, considering that when I call him back and tell him you're on the way...
No, now listen.
But that a guy like you comes high, and that you have to be sure of a nice, big, extra fee...
Fee?
And, Johnny, when you see how generous he can be when he wants to... Well, Johnny boy?
You said fee?
I said fee. And doesn't the sound of money, and I mean a lot of it, doesn't it kind of make these silly questions of yours, unnecessary? Well, Johnny?
What's your guess?
Okay. 13827 North Commerce Street, Newark, New Jersey.
Thomas Rayburn Morgan.
Right.
I'm on my way.
The CBS Radio Network brings you Bob Reddick in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the State Unity Life Insurance Company, New York City office. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the Lone Wolf matter. Expense account item 1. Well, as long as Mr. Morgan is supposed to be such a generous soul, call it $30 even for the plane to Newark and a cab to the brokerage office on North Commerce. Mr. Morgan turned out to be a friendly, distinguished, prosperous-looking man of about 50. But he also looked more than just a little worried.
Sit down, Mr. Dollar. Sit down, please.
Right, Mr. Morgan. Thanks.
No. I'm the one to say thanks. I mean to you for coming here. Strictly speaking, this is not an insurance matter, but to tell you the truth, you're the only one I know of who might be able to help me in this situation.
Why is that, sir?
Well, I mean, help me with a proper regard for its confidential aspects. You see, I haven't dared to contact the police about this matter, not even the authorities down there in Philadelphia.
Why Philadelphia?
Well, that's where the letter came from.
What letter is that, Mr. Morgan?
You see, if the facts were to become public knowledge, well, it could mean only one thing. Complete and utter ruin. Not only for me, I don't care about that, but for my family, my wife, and 2 splendid young sons.
I suppose you tell me what it's all about, sir.
But I must be sure, absolutely sure, that I can depend on you to keep this completely confidential. Believe me, I'll pay you well for it, very well.
Just go ahead, sir.
All right. Here, read it for yourself.
Okay. Dear Thomas, or should I say Danny Fairland? Danny Fairland?
That was a name that I used when I was younger, and but read on, please.
All right. You may be surprised to hear from me after all this time. That doesn't mean I haven't kept
myself well informed about you. Ever since that day some years ago, when our little investment scheme to took a sizable sum of money from a handful of gullible suckers. You've done well, Thomas. I'm sure your share of the money is what started you so nicely in your present business.
Is that true, Mr. Morgan?
Just read on, please.
All right. However, I was somewhat less
fortunate. And especially recently, things have gone very badly for me. But I am certain you will be only too glad to help me out. Let us say for the sake of our old friendship. And because so far I have never revealed the details of our illicit enterprise to the authorities or anyone else. After all, I fully realize that such a revelation, just what such a revelation might do to you, my friend, to your business, and of course, your nice family. Now, in view of your being in a position to help me, what I suggest you do is this. Make a couple of withdrawals from your bank account in cash until you have, say, $10,000 on hand. For a man of your means, this shouldn't be too difficult, nor take very long. I'll contact you as to where and when you may deliver this money to me.
It's out and out blackmail.
Read on, sir.
One other thing, being a man of conscience and having
been always afraid that sometime I might die without opportunity to get a crime off my conscience, I have carefully written it out in all detail, including, of course, your part in it. I have given this to a friend in a sealed envelope. Needless to say, should anything happen to me, any trouble of any kind, this friend would immediately turn it over to the newspapers.
Do you see?
Thomas, I shall call you shortly. There at your office. Rather than needlessly bother your fine family.
Your old friend, H.B.W. That's very neat, Mr. Morgan.
Neat, Mr. Dollar.
And just who is H.B.W.?
His name is Henry B. Wolfe.
And this crime he talks about?
A most reprehensible stock swindle. But I was young and inexperienced when he proposed it to me. It simply looked to me like an easy way to accumulate money enough to start this business. And I thought without hurting anyone. But it was wrong, and we took thousands from innocent people.
Then aren't your skirts just as dirty as his, Mr. Morgan?
Well, no, not quite, Mr. Dollar.
Well, I mean, except for this blackmail bit.
No. Because at the time, I kept a list of all the people we'd defrauded. And then later, anonymously, I paid them all back with considerable interest.
Why anonymously?
Well, good heavens, man, don't you see? If what I'd done would have become known, don't you see what it would do to this stock brokerage business of mine? It would ruin me. And far more important, though, it would needlessly hurt my wife, my family.
It kind of looks as though he has you over a barrel, doesn't it? This man Wolfe has nothing to lose, and you have plenty, and he knows it.
What can I do, Mr. Dollar? What can you do?
You know something, Mr. Morgan?
Yes?
That's a good question.
Johnny Dollar's adventures take him to many out-of-the-way places around the world. CBS News takes you to every corner of the globe, where trained reporters are constantly on the alert to bring you accurate accounts of what happens the very minute it happens. You can always count on CBS News to be first and most accurate with the news. Hear expanded CBS News on CBS Radio every hour, on the hour, every weekday. It's your clue to what's new everywhere. We'd also like to remind you that today begins National Hospital Week. During the year, 1 out of every 8 Americans receives some type of hospital care. In addition, your community hospital stands ever ready to serve you in case of a disaster or an epidemic. It is the training center for doctors, nurses, and medical research scientists. Your community hospital needs and deserves your support. You can give that support not only financially, but also by serving as a hospital volunteer and by encouraging the young people in your community to enter health careers. Remember, your hospital is a community partnership.
Morgan convinced me that he was telling the truth. That his ex-pal, Henry Wolfe, had engineered the stock swindle some 25 years before. That he himself had made complete restitution, and then some, for his part in the affair. But how to locate this Henry B. Wolfe? The only helpful information on that letter was a Philadelphia postmark, and Philadelphia is a pretty big town.
But he said that he would telephone me, Mr. Dollar.
Yeah, I know, and tell you where and when to hand over the $10,000. Now, have you done that? Done what he told you to? Drawn the amount from the bank?
Well, what else could I do? If I set the police on his trail, if he's arrested and jailed, his friend will release the sealed envelope to the press, and I'll be ruined. And if I myself try to stop him in any way, I mean, when I deliver the money to him, the same thing will happen.
Stop him? You mean by putting a bullet through him, something like that?
Believe me, if it weren't for my family, Mr. Doc. Oh, no, I don't mean that. I just couldn't do a thing like that. But what can I do?
Just pay him off is what it looks like, doesn't it?
$10,000?
That's right. And when he runs out, another 10,000 and another and another. He'll have the same hold on you in a year, in 10 years that he has right now.
Then you must do something to stop him now. And you must do it now.
Okay. How's about letting your secretary go out and pick me up a handful of magazines?
Magazines, Mr. Dollar? What for?
Well, Wolf said that he'd call you here at the office, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
So right here is where I'm staying.
But, Mr. Dollar,
Any better ideas? Until we find out where and when and how he wants that money?
I see. And when we do?
That depends. Now, how about her getting me a stack of reading matter? In the 3 days that followed, I plowed through 4 mystery magazines, 3 paperback novels, a lot of back copies of the Wall Street Journal, and all the daily newspapers available, including the funny papers. When Morgan went out to lunch, I went to lunch. When he went home at night to his beautiful place in Upper Montclair, I went along with him. He introduced me to his wife as an old college chum spending a few days in town. But I think Mrs. Morgan kind of wondered why more of our small talk wasn't about the old school tie. She was a lovely woman. I could well understand why Morgan would never want to hurt her. She showed me pictures of the boys. They were good-looking kids, too, both going to Princeton, both doing very well. But then, the afternoon of the 3rd day, there in the office, came the phone call that we'd been waiting for. At a sign from Mr. Morgan, I carefully picked up the extension phone.
Hello? Hello?
I'm still on, Henry.
I heard a clicking noise. Thought you'd hung up. And, listen, Thomas. There's no way you can trace this call. I'm using a dial phone.
I'm sure you're prepared for anything, Henry.
Exactly. In other words, Thomas, you have no choice but to, shall we say, lend me the money that I need.
I know.
I'm glad you do. You see, any attempt to call in the police or do me bodily harm can only result in the full story of our... your transgressions being released to the newspapers.
Yes, you've made that very clear. But now listen.
Well?
If I do give you this money...
But of course you will. You know very well, Thomas, that you can't afford not to.
But what guarantee can I have that you won't be back for more?
None, Thomas. None whatsoever.
Well, you dirty, conniving...
Now, don't worry, my friend. As long as you make no trouble, I won't be too hard on you.
All right. Where do you want it? When?
Thomas, I telephoned your wife a few minutes ago.
You what?
Yes.
Henry?
I told her I'm an old friend from out of town. Which is quite true, of course.
And you told her
Oh, now,
about...
don't be ridiculous, Thomas. I merely told her I'm only here overnight. That I'd like to have dinner with you here in town.
Oh.
That's all. And you see, that will give you the opportunity to meet me this evening, give the money to me, and nobody will suspect a thing.
All right. Where and when?
Listen carefully, Thomas. I don't want there to be any chance of a slip-up. Now, here is exactly what I want you to do.
Well, now we know.
Yeah, Mr. Morgan. So I'll be leaving you now.
Leaving me? But you heard what he's told me to do, to meet him tonight with the money.
And if I were you, that's just exactly what I would do.
But good heavens, Mr. Dollar.
Your pal, Wolf, is a real clever fellow. And it looks from here as though any interference in this plan of his from anybody can only end up in disaster for you. Well, doesn't it?
Yes, of course it does. But you... Well, I thought that somehow you could help me.
Just take my advice and be there in Monroe Park tonight and hand over that money to him. So long, Mr. Morgan.
No, please, Mr. Dollar.
See you sometime. Expense account item 2, a dime for a telephone call. And then item 3, $11.70 for some early cocktails and dinner at the tavern with an old friend of mine, Judge Amos Ordway, retired. The judge had been around for a long time and has a good memory.
Yes, Johnny, I recall that investment swindle very well. I was a lawyer then, and some of the people seeking their money back from those two swindlers were clients of mine.
You mean from Henry Wolfe and Mr. Thomas?
Thomas? Oh, no. It was Wolfe and a fellow by the name of Denny Fairland. At least, that's what he called himself.
Would there still be a case against this Danny Fairland, even if he were calling himself something else now?
Well, when the people got their money back and then some and withdrew their charges?
Well, nonetheless, Judge...
Just remember this, Johnny. Laws governing the handling of securities weren't what they are today. Possibly, I say possibly, at that time that operation could have been construed as being within the law. Barely. But, even more important, suppose the less guilty of the two, perhaps the one who called himself Danny Fairland, suppose that ever since then, he has lived a wholly exemplary life, more than merely made up for his youthful indiscretion.
I see.
Yes.
In other words, you know full well the name of the man who used to call himself Danny Fairland.
Now, what are you talking about, Johnny? How could I possibly know anything about him now?
I see. Well, thanks.
Incidentally, though...
Yes, sir.
If you should happen to need the services of a good, completely dependable stockbroker here in town, may I recommend a man by the name of Thomas R. Morgan?
It was after dark by now, but I still had plenty of time. Item 4... $1 even for a cab to the southern edge of Monroe Park. Trying to bribe a certain key from one of the guards about to go off duty wouldn't work. So I did the only thing I could think of at the moment and helped myself to it after roughing him up a little, but then tucking a sawbuck into one of his pockets. As a result, the appointed meeting place, a little tool shed there in a dark, tree-covered corner of the park, held not only me, but the guard. He lay quietly among the rakes and shovels, securely bound and gagged. And the time passed slowly. 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. It began to get chilly, uncomfortable, and I began to feel a bit uneasy. Finally, as a distant clock boomed out 11, I heard footsteps outside the shack. Footsteps of only one, however, pacing slowly back and forth. I hoped it was Thomas Morgan. But what if Wolfe played it smart and didn't show? Gently as possible, I opened the door a bit, just a crack. And then I froze because I heard the steps of another man.
Good evening, Thomas.
Henry, I didn't think you were coming. You said 11 o'clock.
What's that? That noise?
What?
Nothing.
You're late.
You didn't think I'd meet you in a place like this without first making certain you hadn't been foolish and tried to bring someone along with you?
I wish to heaven I had been able to.
In which case, the friend I told you about would release the information in the sealed envelope to the papers. And in 24 hours, you'd be ruined. Oh, Thomas. Don't ever make that mistake.
You mean if you should do this to me again?
Exactly. And I probably will. There's nothing you can do about it. Ever.
Now, the money, please.
Very well, Henry. Here you are.
Splendid. Thank you. Now, Thomas.
Oh, you aren't going to count it?
Or should I? You know, I trust you implicitly. Even as you can trust me.
You?
Now leave by the south gate and go home. I'll just wait here to be sure that you do. Good night, Thomas. Oh, not bad for an evening's work.
Not bad is right, buddy. That is for me. I'll take that dough from you. Come on, come on. Thanks.
Who are you?
Blackmail racket, huh?
What are you talking about?
What I heard from inside the shack.
Put down that gun now and listen to me.
Nah, you listen to me, buddy. You got that poor guy on a string, so maybe I can take him too, huh?
You?
Sure.
Who are you?
Somebody's holding some dope on him in a sealed envelope, huh?
No.
That's what you told him. So if I get the envelope, whatever's in it, I can put the B on him too, huh?
No, please, you don't understand.
No, and whatever it is you know about him, you're doing okay. And now, friend, when you lead me to that envelope, I'll have a racket of my own, right? So, buddy, if you want to stay alive, you take me to that envelope.
But there is none.
You lying buster.
No, I'm not. That's the truth. And put that gun away.
Now, listen. You don't produce that envelope for me, all I got to do is blow your lying head
But
off.
I tell you, there is none. That was just a bluff to keep him on the hook. I swear it. That was only a bluff. You think for a minute I'd ask anyone else in with me on a thing like this?
You mean you're just a lone wolf? Mr. Wolf?
Believe me, I'm the only one. How do you know my name?
It happens to be my job. My name is Johnny Dollar.
Investigator?
That's right. Your friend Morgan is a client of mine.
Oh, I see.
Now, shall we take a little walk?
Why?
Are you kidding? You're all through, Wolf.
Am I?
You bet you are.
That's where you're wrong, Dollar.
You're forgetting that the only names connected with that stock swindle years ago were yours and that of a man who called himself Danny Fairland.
Yes, and Danny
Listen,
Fairland...
if a crook like you tried to claim that today Danny Fairland is somebody else, you think anybody believe you?
Yes. Because, Dollar, if I tell what I know...
You'll only hang yourself. Not for the swindle that nobody cares about anymore, but for this blackmail bit. As for any tales about the past you might think of telling, you can take my word for it, they'll never hit the papers. You see, I know a judge. Well, Mr. Wolf, turn him in. Take the chance that he might be able to hurt Thomas Morgan, or let him go with the full knowledge that I could prove a charge of blackmail against him. What would you have done? Oh? Well, that's just exactly what I did. Expense account total, including incidentals, $88.40. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Now, here is our star to tell you about next week's story.
Next week, a raging blizzard in the middle of May, and the pure white snow carries the mark of death. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Reddick, is written by Jack Johnstone, produced and directed by Bruno Zerato, Jr., musical supervision by Ethel Huber. Heard in our cast were Santos Ortega as Henry B. Wolfe, Sam Gray as Thomas Morgan, William Redfield as Harvey Wakeman, Robert Dryden as Judge Amos Ordway. Be sure to join us next week, same time, same station, for another exciting story of Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. This is Art Hanna speaking. The laughs are on Arthur Godfrey every weekday on the CBS Radio Network. On Arthur Godfrey every weekday on the CBS Radio Network. On Arthur Godfrey every weekday on the CBS Radio Network. On Arthur Godfrey.
Johnny Dollar.
Hey, Johnny, listen. This is Steve.
Steve?
You know, Steve Yoakum.
Oh, yeah, way out there in, where is that, Steve?
Kalispell, Montana.
Oh, yeah.
You know, Forest State Mutual.
Right. Well, what seems to be the trouble, Steve?
Listen, can you fly on out here right away, Johnny?
Sure, I guess so. What's up?
One of my clients, John Turner Whitcomb. Rich old man. Got him insured for nearly $500,000.
And?
Well, if what it looks like has happened, the company's going to be out almost $1 million. You know, 'cause of the double indemnity.
For accidental death.
Yeah. If, like I say, that is the way it's happened. I mean, if it's happened at all.
Well, is he dead or isn't he?
That's the trouble. I don't know. Not for sure.
What do you mean?
I mean, that's what you better get on out here and find out for us.
All right.
And if he is dead, whether it was accidental or it wasn't, but if he isn't dead, well, that we got to know about, too. But if he is...
All right, Steve. I'll be out to see you.
What I mean is... Oh, okay, Johnny.
Right.
Listen, if you can catch a plane tonight, you ought to get here sometime in the morning. I'll be waiting for you at the airport.
Well, first I'd better check a schedule of Hello? Hello? Okay, Rattlebrain, I'll be there.
The CBS Radio Network brings you Bob Reddick in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account. America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the Four-State Mutual Insurance Company office in Kalispell, Montana. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the Yak mystery matter. Expense account item 1, 10 cents for a morning paper. After carefully checking meteorological reports for a slant on the weather in northwestern Montana, I made sure to throw some gloves, heavy woolen socks, and a set of long-handled underwear into my luggage. Item 2, $5 for a cab to Bradley Field. Item 3, $145.50, plane fare. It was almost 9:30 a.m. by the time we set down at the small but prosperous-looking city of Kalispell. And true to his word, young Steve Yoakum was there at the airport. We piled ourselves and my luggage into a Jeep that had the side curtains up, but no heater, and then took off.
Now, reaching back of you, Johnny. Swap that top coat of yours for a sheepskin you'll find back there. You're going to need it where we're going.
Where's that, Steve?
130, 40 miles up to the Yak.
The what?
Up near a town called Yak, if you can call it a town. Just a glorified crossroads. Maybe 40, 50 people living around there. Put it on. You'll need it.
Well, you're the doctor, Steve.
Yeah, we're going in real snow country.
You still haven't told me why.
Oh, that client of ours, John Turner Whitcomb, made a lot of dough in lumber. When his wife died, he retired.
So?
He and his good-looking daughter, Valerie, it's his only child, and her husband, Lou Larson, took off last week for a little vacation. Little hunting, maybe, out of Shorty Bessom's camp. That's up in the rugged country east of Yak, over near Lost Horse Mountain.
And what's happened to him?
Well, I got a call from Shorty Bessom just before I called you. Seems the weather had calmed down for a couple of days, and Whitcomb and the kids took some gear and horses and went out hunting.
Hunting at this time of year? What for, Steve?
Well, that's what I don't understand. But they went out anyway. Over Shorty's protest.
Oh?
They not only didn't come back, but Shorty hasn't been able to find hide nor hair of them.
Oh, fine. "90 miles out of Kalispell on Route 2, we stopped for lunch at the colorful sawmill town of Libby, a kind of headquarters and main supply point for the logging operations in that area. And then we cut north on one of the worst roads that I'd ever traveled. Yeah, the snow plows had been through, but that was all. And what's more, it clouded up. And then what started out as a cold drizzle turned into a heavy, wet snowfall in the middle of May yet. Steve had called it rugged country, and he wasn't kidding. Most of what we passed through was heavy forest land, spots almost impenetrable, except perhaps for the logging trails here and there, lots of big trees, jungle of heavy, tangled undergrowth. Not a good place to get lost.
Mighty good hunting country, too, Johnny. I mean, when the weather's good. Lots of deer and bear and wolves, mountain lions, lots of things.
At Yak, we stopped long enough to fill up with gas. That's item 470. And then plunged into the deep forest, going eastward on, believe it or not, an even worse piece of road, following a vague sort of wagon path through the trees and the heavy snow. Only a four-wheel drive would ever have made it. It was after 5 p.m. by the time we finally got to Shorty Besson's camp. But there, in the big log cabin, or rather lodge, Mrs. Besson, a bright-eyed, sprightly old lady, took one look at our frost-bitten faces, sat us down in front of a roaring fire. That stone fireplace was big enough to walk into. Logs burning in it were over a foot thick. And then she poured us full of strong, steaming coffee, heavily laced with rum. And I began to feel warm for the first time in hours.
Well, I told him, Mr. Dollar.
Yeah, Shorty?
Yes, sir. Shorty told Mr. Whittaker and those young kids they oughtn't to pack out in those woods without him going along with them.
Yes, sir. I told him, Mr. Dollar. I told him likely there might be another snow coming up, too.
But Mr. Whittaker just wouldn't listen to him. Here, now, have some more of this.
Oh, no, thanks, Mrs. Besson.
Oh, name's Kate. You know you need this. You two still look a little blue around the gills in the cold out there.
Thank you.
Put some more rum in it, Shorty.
Huh? Oh, sure, Kate.
You too, Mr. Yoakum.
Huh? Oh, don't mind if I do. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Mr. Whittaker just wouldn't listen. Him having been such a great hunter all over the world so much, over in Africa, over in Kilimanjaro and India and all those other places he talks about, all around high mountains, all kinds of weather. Just wouldn't listen.
Just wouldn't listen.
Ask me. I think he was trying to prove with that son-in-law that young Larson was really a man up in this country.
But at least he promised they'd be back the next morning, so, well, I let him take some of the horses and go.
Then it snowed a bit that night.
Yeah, it snowed a bit.
When they didn't come back, well, that's when Shorty rounded up the Branson boys and Sid Keeler from over near the ranger station. They started looking.
Yeah, yes, sir. They started looking. Up until dark yesterday and most of today.
On account of that snow, they couldn't even find their tracks.
No, couldn't find their tracks. And they hadn't said where they was going to, so all we could do is look at all the likely places, but we didn't find a sign of them.
Well, then, Steve, how did you expect me to find them when these people who know this country so well can't do it?
Well, I know, Johnny, but...
No, wait. Listen.
What is it, Shorty?
Why, yes, that's a horse out there.
Oh, maybe they're back. They're all right after all. Come on, boys.
Right. No. Look.
What's that?
Johnny.
Good Lord.
Yeah.
What's the matter, Shorty? What is it?
It's that son-in-law, young Larson, out there.
Well, don't just stand around outside there talking about it. Get him in here.
Yeah, but he's just laying there in the saddle like
Come on. Let's see if he's still okay.
Larson, you still alive?
Steve, give me a hand with him. Help me get him out of that saddle.
Sure, Johnny.
Here now.
He's still alive, Mr. Dollar?
I don't know, Shorty. I don't know.
Well, get him inside here where I can do him some good.
Right, easy now, Steve. Easy with him.
Yeah, Johnny.
Yeah, I'll take care of the horse.
Lou Larson was still alive. And I wondered how a city boy, that was obvious from his soft hands and pale complexion, his general build, I wondered how he had managed to survive when the others... But it was well into the night by the time Kate brought him around, enough to tell us what had happened.
They're dead. They're dead, Mr. Dollar. Mr. Whitcomb and my Valerie.
Oh, that poor, lovely little girl.
Where, Lou, and how did it happen?
Somewhere on the south slope of Lost Horse Mountain.
Yeah.
At least that's where Mr. Whitcomb said we were.
Now, boy, you just get some more of this hot coffee inside of you.
Yeah, boy. Get some hot coffee in you.
Thanks. I'm feeling all right now, I think.
Go on, Lou. What happened?
When the snow came, he said we'd better make camp, not try to get back here.
Now, that was wrong of him. He'd have known this country at all.
I wondered about that, too, Kate. It was getting dark. He found a kind of shelter and built a fire. It was under some big rocks beside a real deep crevice.
On the side of the Lost Horse Mountain?
Yes.
Oh, Lord, indeed, that was Dead Man's Hole.
It's very narrow. Very deep.
It's a death trap. That's all it is, a death trap.
It's a death trap. That's what it is.
Told me to go look around for some more wood while he and Val try to make camp.
But a fire under the snow that piles up there?
Dollar, if my horse hadn't followed me, we'd have died out there, too. Maybe it would have been better if I'd stayed with him with Valerie and died with her.
Easy now.
She was my wife, Mr. Dollar. I loved her very much.
I know, Lou. Go on, please.
I only got a couple of 100 feet away when I heard that terrible sound. Like thunder.
An avalanche. That's what it was.
And I looked back.
And that's what's taken the lives of more people in that awful chasm. It's a death trap, I tell you.
It's a death trap.
Go on, Lou.
All I could see was thousands of tons of snow and rocks falling down where I'd left them, rolling everything, even their horses, into that chasm. It was terrible. Terrible.
All right. Now, son, you just take yourself another drink of this, and then you'll sleep a while.
Thank you, Kate. So tired. So tired.
Sure you are. Here, you men help him into bed.
Yeah, come on, Shorty, give me a hand.
Yeah, sure, Mr. Dollar. We'll put him in what was Mr. Whitcomb's room. It'll be warmer there.
That's a good idea. It'll also give me a chance to...
What's the matter, sir?
Come on. Let's get him to bed.
It's, getting kind of late, Mr. Dollar. The other folks are all asleep.
How far is it to that canyon, Shorty?
Oh, a couple hours if you know the way. If you don't know the way, in this kind of weather, it could take a couple of days, like it did young Larson. Awful easy to get lost out there.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're thinking of going out and try and find them, Mr. Dollar, there's no point in it.
Why do you say that?
Well, like Kate said, they're not the first to have fell in Dead Man's Hole. But nobody's body has ever been drug out of it.
Why not?
It's too deep, too dangerous, too easy to start more rocks sliding down inside of it.
Well, I'll take your word for it.
Most anything would start a slide there. Build a fire under the snow overhang on top of that rock he was talking about, you'd start a snow avalanche.
Really?
Just fire a shot on some of the smaller rocks on the side, you'd start them tumbling down. Why, even a little animal walking around up there would do it. Oh, it's happened many times, Mr. Dollar. Read up in all the books that ever been wrote about this part of the country. Yeah. Well, now, Mr. Dollar, I don't know about you, but it's late and everybody else is to bed, so why don't you and me hit the sack, too, huh? Nothing more we can do tonight anyhow.
You go ahead. I'll be along shortly. I don't know what I was really looking for there in Lou Larson's room. And I had to be very quiet. But then, in one of his suitcases, under a pile of shirts, was a piece of a topographical map. A map of the area surrounding Lost Horse Mountain. At one point on the south side was a check mark to what was obviously a very deep, narrow canyon. And there was a book, too. The Legend of Lost Horse Mountain. All right? Reason for suspicion? Sure. But that was all. Or was it all? The next morning was surprisingly enough quite warm, though heavy storm clouds raced across the sky.
You never know this time of year, Mr. Dollar. One day it'll be hot like this. Next it'll be freezing up again, or maybe snow.
I knew now that I had to have a look down into Dead Man's Hole. And before another avalanche could fill it up some more.
It happens 8, 10, 15 times a year. They'll never fill up that big chasm. Washes out in the summer floods anyhow.
Over his protest, Shorty and I set out on a couple of the horses, armed with pick and shovel and a pair of binoculars. As for Steve Yoakum, who'd struck me as being pretty useless in a situation like this, I left him behind to look after young Larson, still asleep in Whittecomb's bed.
I don't like those clouds, Mr. Dollar. Chances are we're going to get a lot of rain.
Well, it's a chance we'll have to take.
But if you think I'm going to let you lower yourself down in Dead Man's Hole to look for a couple of bodies that are probably all covered up anyway...
Sorry, Shorty, but I have to. Now, let's get there before this storm breaks. But we didn't. And when a storm hits that part of the country, it isn't fooling. Together, Shorty and I stood on the lower, the firm edge of that canyon, the only safe part of it, across from where the others had been.
Look. There they are, down there.
I see them.
The rain has melted away the snow that covered them up. But we'll never get to them.
Let me have those field glasses.
Oh, sure, here.
Thanks.
This rain will also cover them up again with all the rocks and stuff that'll wash down there, and that'll be the end of them.
Oh, no, it won't, Shorty. Break out those ropes and help me down there.
Now, don't you try it, Dollar.
Come on. Help me rig a line.
Now, I tell you, you're crazy.
Sure, I was crazy. But what I'd seen in the glasses had told me that Mr. Whitcomb and his daughter had been murdered. Before they'd been thrown into that canyon. Bullet holes in their heads. Slowly, I worked my way down toward them, careful not to dislodge any rocks or rain-soaked clumps of gravel. And now, even without the glasses, I could see the bullet holes.
Now that you're sure, come on back here. Come on back up, Dollar.
Just another few feet so I can get a line on them and we can... What was that?
That wasn't no thunder. Dollar, that was a rifle shot.
I know.
From lengthwise down the canyon. It hit that rock on the other side, broke it loose.
I know.
Look out. Another avalanche. Dollar!
How Shorty Bessem ever managed to haul me up out of that pit of death with tons and tons of rock and mud pouring down all around me from the far side of the chasm, I'll never know. But somehow he did. And then, panting from exhaustion, we lay there, well back from the edge, the blessed rain in our faces.
I'm sure they was rifle shots, Dollar. I'm sure of it. And when I saw one of the key rocks blasted away over there and start another slide again...
And I'm betting it was the same rifle that was used to kill Whitcomb and his daughter before they were thrown down in there.
Young Larson.
He knew how easy it was to start a slide at this spot from a book that he'd read. One of those that you talked about. And he knew that nobody but a fool like me would try to come here and look for those bodies.
Well, why, Dollar? Why?
Money.
Oh.
Whitcomb didn't like him, did he?
No, sir. That's true.
Kate said that Whitcomb brought him out here to see if he was really a man.
Yes, sir, that's true.
And that means he didn't like having young Larson married to his daughter, in line to share all of his money when he died. Valerie was his only child.
That's true, too, Dollar.
But why should Lou share it? By getting rid of both of them, he could have it all.
That is true.
Sure it is.
But he seemed awful sorry about losing that Valerie.
Oh, sure. He broke right down and cried.
That he did.
Sure he did. But he also recovered pretty darn quickly, Shorty, in order to go on with his explanation of what was supposed to have happened out here.
That's true, too.
But believe me, the only reason that Larson ever married that girl was to get his hands on the old man's money. Certainly never did any work with those hands of his.
So maybe Kate is right. I mean, despite the way she's taken care of him after he came in, well, So you just didn't like him, didn't trust him.
Wait a minute, Shorty.
Huh?
If he's still around here and armed with a gun, I mean those shots.
Oh, he was still asleep when we left, and that insurance man, that Steve Yoakum, is watching over
He was
him.
supposed to be watching him. He could have slipped away from Steve.
Now, maybe Larson saw the slide and thought it killed us both and went back.
Maybe. But if he is still around...
Right here, Dollar.
Huh?
Now, don't move, either of you.
Put down that rifle now, Lou.
Not a chance, Shorty.
Then all I said was true, huh, Lou?
Of course it was, Dollar. But nobody else will ever know it. How nice of you to come out here. We're another rock slide, and this time a big one will take care of you.
What you gonna do, Larson?
Very stupid of you, Dollar, to go through my things last night.
Wasn't it pretty stupid of you to come out here after us?
Who came where? So far as anyone knows, when I left the lodge, it was simply to wander aimlessly about in the woods, in a sort of delirium, following my state of near exhaustion.
That pretended state of exhaustion.
Fooled you, didn't I? And Shorty and his wife, even that stupid insurance man.
I should have realized your horse Betsy was in too good shape when you brought her in last night.
Of course, Shorty, because Betsy and I had been perfectly comfortable in your hay shed, the other side of the property, all the time we were supposed to be missing.
So, now you got to us. What you gonna do, Larson?
Me? Nothing. You're going to do it for me. Up on your feet now.
Huh?
I said up on your feet. Come on.
Well, sure, but...
Be very careful, Dollar. I warned you.
You have the gun, Lou.
Now back up. Back up.
Way into that canyon?
You too, Dollar.
No, it'll kill us.
It's either that or a bullet, Shorty. Back up.
Better look behind you, Lou.
Come off it, Dollar. That old gag won't work. Now back up.
Sorry, Lou.
You give me no choice.
He means it, Dollar. He means it. He's going to shoot you.
I doubt it.
Shorty is right, Dollar. You're going now. You're going...
Now, get his rifle, Shorty.
Yeah, sure. Yes, sir. But that gunshot, Mr. Dollar, where'd it come from?
I'm sorry, Johnny. Almost didn't make it.
Mr. Yoakum.
You're telling me, Steve?
When he sneaked out of the lodge, I thought instead of stopping him, I'd better follow, see what he was up to.
And you were suspicious of him, too, huh?
Well, sure, but man, with him making such time for a guy supposed to be all in, and me not used to walking so far, well, I almost didn't make it, and I'm sorry.
You did all right, Steve.
You sure did, son.
So the laws of succession take over, and somebody else gets the insurance and the old man's estate. And as for Lou Larson, well, even hanging's too good for that kind. Expense account total, including the trip home, $207.75. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Now, here is our star with an important message and a few words about next week's story.
The CBS radio network and this station are both very much a part of National Radio Month. But the figures show that you, the listener, are just as much a part of the celebration. You take part every month of every year with your purchases of new radio sets. Today, there's an all-time record number of radio sets in use. Today, there are more listeners than ever. And the number one network for the best sound around is, of course, CBS Radio. And now, next week, the stock in trade matter. And the stock I'm talking about is just exactly that, stock. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Reddick, is written by Jack Johnstone, produced and directed by Bruno Zerato, Jr., musical supervision by Ethel Huber. Heard in our cast were Robert Dryden as Shorty, Bill Lipton as Steve, Athena Lord as Kate, and Ellen Manson as Lou Larson. Be sure to join us next week, same time, same station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Art Hanna speaking.